All right, come on, gather round the fire. Listen, can you hear it? In the crackle of the wood and the long shadows, the old stories start to wake up. And tonight, we're going to pull one out from the deep north, a story about a hero, a dragon, and a treasure that came with a truly terrible price. This is the story of Sigurd and the poison of greed.
But you know, this is way more than just some old legend. It's a story that keeps asking this one question, that just echoes down through time, a question we're all still trying to figure out today. What is it that corrupts a hero? What takes someone noble and twists them into something, well, something monstrous? Let's get into it.
So our story kicks off with a hero who hasn't really been put to the test yet. We've got this young guy who has every advantage you could imagine, but he's standing at a fork in the road where glory and total ruin, they look almost exactly the same.
So let's meet him, Sigurd. I mean, on paper, this guy is the whole package. He's got divine blood, a legendary sword passed down through his family, even a horse that's literally from the gods. But, and this is a big but, he's got all the gear for greatness, but his heart, it's completely untested. He doesn't have that wisdom you only get from facing a real trial. So when some clever smith starts whispering about a dragon and its mountain of gold, Sigurd doesn't hear a warning. All he hears is the promise of fame.
Now this isn't just any old treasure. You really have to get this. The gold is poisoned right from the start. It's not a reward. It's a curse, put there ages ago by a dwarf who was wronged. And the curse is brutally simple. It will bring nothing but ruin and death to anyone who owns it. So Sigurd, totally blinded by his quest for fame, is walking right into a trap that was set long before he was ever born.
Okay, let's follow him to the dragon's lair. Just picture it, this cold, dark cave piled high with gold that gives off zero warmth. All you see is the cold glint of greed. And it's here, in the shadow of this monster, that a pretty grim warning is about to be delivered. On his way there, Sigurd isn't totally on his own. This mysterious, one-eyed wanderer, let's be real, it's a god in disguise, shows up and gives him the perfect strategy to kill the dragon. He tells him, dig a pit, hide inside, and strike from underneath. This bit of divine help makes his victory feel, well, it feels like destiny, like it's all part of some bigger, cosmic plan. And bam, with his famous sword, Sigurd deals the killing blow. But as the dragon is dying, it speaks. And this is where the real fight is revealed. The dragon, who was once a man himself, twisted by this exact same greed, warns Sigurd. It's this chilling prophecy from the very thing he just killed. The message is clear. The real enemy isn't the scaly beast, it's the glittering treasure it was guarding. You'd think victory would feel amazing, right? But instead, everything just gets quiet and tense. Sigurd has killed the monster, but now he's up against a much bigger foe, a choice. This is his first real taste of how the gold's poison works.
So he's roasting the dragon's heart for the smith, and a drop of its blood sizzles and hits his finger. He instinctively sticks it in his mouth to cool it off, and in that one instant, the whole world changes. He can suddenly understand what the birds are chattering about in the trees. Their calls aren't just noise anymore, they're actual words.
And what are the birds saying? They're spilling the beans. They reveal that the smith, his guide, his ally, is planning to murder Sigurd and take all the treasure for himself. See, the gold's poison is already working, turning a friend into a backstabber. The warning couldn't possibly be any clearer. Nature itself is practically screaming at him to stay away from the treasure and the greed that comes with it.
So, this is it. This is the moment that defines our hero, laid out right in front of him. Path number 1. He listens to the wisdom of the birds, turns his back on the cursed gold, and saves his own soul. Path number 2. He dives right into the cycle of violence, kills the smith, and snatches the prize for himself. Trust in wisdom or trust in power. This is the point of no return.
He chooses power. Sigurd kills the smith, the very man who led him to this place. He gets rid of the traitor, but in doing so, he becomes the very thing he was just warned about. He takes the gold. And just like that, the curse has a brand new owner.
And Sigurd's choice, well, it doesn't just decide his own fate. Oh no, it casts this long, dark shadow over everyone he knows, everyone he loves, and everyone who comes after him. He just kicked off a chain reaction of pure tragedy.
This timeline really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? You can see the curse just picking up steam. It starts with one dwarf's pain, then it warps a man into a dragon, then it corrupts a hero, and then it just explodes outward. Even Sigurd's death won't stop it. His family, his allies, whole kingdoms, they're all going to be torn apart fighting over this beautiful, deadly pile of gold.
In the end, the gold stops being just gold. It becomes a symbol, right? It stands for that bottomless hunger for more. More power, more wealth, more status. The kind of hunger that can take a good person and twist them into a monster, spitting fire at the world just to protect a cold, useless pile of riches.
Okay, so let's step away from the old legend for a second and bring this lesson back here, to the warmth of our own fire. Because, let's face it, this story isn't just about Sigurd, it's about us. So, what was Sigurd's real failure? It wasn't about strength. The guy was strong enough to kill a dragon, for crying out loud. His failure was on the inside. He became a prisoner of the exact same greed that made the monster he killed. He's the ultimate proof that chasing wealth or power without any wisdom to guide you, well, it's a one-way ticket to destroying yourself. That first taste of corruption makes us forget who we are.
And that, right there, is why this story is still being told thousands of years later. It's a mirror. It makes us look at that battle going on inside all of us, between our best selves and our darkest impulses. It's a reminder that the biggest, scariest dragons we'll ever face are usually the ones hiding inside our own hearts.
So as our fire starts to burn down to embers, I want to leave you with a question. We might not have piles of cursed gold, but we all have treasures we guard, don't we? Our ambitions, our stuff, our pride. So what are yours? And are they keeping you warm, or are they slowly turning you cold?